But wrong way, pal. It's that way. Alright, good afternoon. This is my first video since running the London Marathon a couple of weeks ago. It's nice to be back out on the bike again. I've got long sleeves on today. As you can see from the weather, I think my last video was absolutely glorious last time I was up here. Autumn is definitely well underway now. Still nice and dry, still reasonably mild, but there's definitely a change in the weather over the last couple of weeks. So I've come up to my local. It's just a short ride today. I just needed some headspace. I've had the shittest week at work for as long as I can remember, and I don't think it's just work, I think it's life in general. That the way the world is at the minute is absolutely doing my head in, and this is my little bit of escapism from a bloody rat race, a little bit of freedom, just to let off a bit of steam. Really feeling it at the minute. Just feel as though the whole world's against you, whether it's work, whether it's outside of work, whether it's COVID, whether it's illness. The world's just not a nice place to be at the minute, and I really do fear for what this winter is going to bring. People off work dropping like flies with sickness, not even COVID, and we're not even into the cold weather yet, but it's just everything, it's the whole package. The world just feels really shit at the minute. So if I didn't have this, I think I'd have gone mad long before now. Anyway, enough moaning. I've got White Pot Wales coming up next weekend with the lads, which I'm super excited about. Can't wait, first time there, so there's going to be videos coming once we've done that, and Forest of Dean as well, so loads to look forward to. Get me a bit more upbeat than I'm feeling at the minute. But for now, just going to go and let a bit of steam off. Short ride, probably into Pines, just to get a feel for being back on the bike again. So enjoy. Definitely the best therapy if you're not quite feeling it, getting out in the open countryside, out in the fresh air. There is no better tonic. Whether it's running, whether it's riding, whether it's walking, you've got to have some sort of escapism, especially the way the world is at the minute, because it really is on its arse, and I'm not sure it's ever going to get back to anything like what we used to know as normal. Yeah, we can do more than we used to be able to 18 months ago, but I do think the world's changed. People have changed, people's attitudes have changed, and not necessarily for the best. A lot of people really couldn't give a monkeys. You see it on the roads when you're driving, just no care, idiots hooning about like they own the place, no sign of a copper, criminals running riot in shops and everywhere else, police stretched to absolute breaking point, as are probably just about every other industry that's kept going during the pandemic, and there just doesn't seem to be any let up. So get yourself a release, because this really does make you feel a little bit more human, than certainly I did before I came out of the house and came out of work today. Talking about marathons, I said I only ever wanted to do one, and after running London just over 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't say I've got the marathon bug, because it's definitely the most physically demanding thing I've ever done, but I have absolutely got the London Marathon vibe bug. without shadow of a doubt, the best thing I've ever done and experienced so far in my life. Anybody that's run it will tell you that the atmosphere is electric, and you really can't put into words. Doesn't matter what anybody tells you, you really can't put it into context until you've actually done it. I've got a couple of videos on the channel which are probably as close to the experience as you're going to get. If you've not checked those out, then but wrong way, pal. It's that way. Where was I? Yeah, I think we're talking about idiots. There's one in question. See it all the time. Never been out on the bike. And just head off down the red route in the wrong direction. It's absolutely fine until you hit somebody coming the other way. So I lost my train of thought now. So we're talking about London and the experience. Definitely the best feeling I've ever had in any sort of event, probably other than getting married and having kids. That's my disclaimer. So I said I'd only do one, but I have entered the ballot for next year. No guarantees to get in. When I crossed the finish line, I said I'd never do another one because I was in absolute agony. More pain than I've ever felt going through my body in my whole life. But after a couple of days, that soon goes. You look back on the whole experience and you think, do you know what? I would like to do that again. So my name's in the hat. There's about 1 in 30, 1 in 40 chance of getting in. So if I don't get in, no drama, no pressure. I've done a good time. Absolutely delighted with that. If I do never manage to get in again, but I would like another crack at it, because I know, looking back on it now, that I could have gone a bit quicker, but we'll see. I am going to continue with the running to keep my fitness up, but not to the level that I was pre-marathon training, but I will continue running, probably more so over winter as the dark nights start to draw in and we lose the daylight. Not got many more weeks of this sort of riding left where I can come home from work at a reasonable time if I'm on earlies and still get out for an hour or two. I did come out last night and very quickly it's getting dark, but not too long after 6 o'clock now, and that's going to diminish very quickly, and then the clocks will go forward and we'll lose another hour. So it will probably be more weekday running to keep my fitness up, and the riding will be for either a weekend or if I get a day off in the week. As I said, I'm going to Bike Park Wales a week on Saturday, staying overnight with the lads. I've got Bike Park Wales on Saturday and then Forest of Dean on Sunday, so really can't wait for that. I've watched the videos and I think probably similar to London Marathon, the videos probably don't do it justice until you've actually been. Everybody that's been says it's one of the best places to ride, so yeah, looking forward to that. And I'll be sharing those videos once I've done them. There's been a little maintenance gone on around here. They've rebuilt a couple of the berms up, which is nice. I'm not taking them at any speed because I'm talking, I can't multitask. But it's put a little bit more flow back into the trail, which was lacking. These were all broken and the trail was in much need of some TLC. So I'm just going to do a couple of segments at Red tonight before heading back. I've promised Chloe that we'll go running tonight. She's now entered the Great North Run for next year, and I'm going to enter the ballot for that as well to see if I can get in both, just to hedge my bets. But I said I'll come out a few times with Chloe and see if I can get her base running level improved and get her up to 13 miles, but plenty of time for that yet, no pressure. But she's asked me if I'll take her out, so I'm not going to turn it down. To enjoy running with other people, enjoy seeing people coming on perhaps haven't done much running in the past. The segment, one of the best here, apart from probably Tornado. If Whiteport Wales as this try next week, I'm going to be well happy. They're obviously stocking up for winter. I came down here the other night and I must have had to stop 20-30 times for squirrels running out in front of me, chasing chestnuts, acorns, whatever they can get their little mitts on. Absolutely kamikaze, some of them.